Hi guys, welcome back. Scatlink here, and we're off for more of Toy Story 2. I know the last episode was a pretty short one, but we did defeat two story-related bosses, actually. Coupled with the few that actually make sense in the plot, other than just being rogue, random, wild toys that we just had to fight along the way. Which I guess includes Utility Buzz as well, who was in the buggy at the time. But speaking of, as we were heading over to the airport to give chase to Al, the Prospector, and therefore Woody, and maybe even Jesse and Bullseye if we can reach them, we have some tarmac trouble. But beforehand, we don't know what's happening with Utility Buzz on his way back to Al's Toy Barn. So let's rewind just a little bit, because there's some backtracking that needs to be done. On the way back from Al's house, they don't realise that it was across the road because they were in the bag at the time. So Utility Buzz, and maybe even Zurg, take a bit of a detour, and hearing the plight of little lost ducklings, Utility Buzz heads into the alley. Alright, so we are back here. Well, we're here for the first time with Utility Buzz, let's just pretend. Because plot reasons, this is the only way I can fit this in and make the backtracking actually make sense. So we need to go find the other ducklings first, but let's find the mother duck first, because the green laser is practically right here, ready for the taking, so we might as well take that, and then go on a rescue. Oh there, mother duckling, I sense that you are having a bit of an issue with your lost children.
Oh, hi, Buzz. I've lost all my baby ducklings. If you can find all 5 of them and come see me, I'll give you a pizza plant token.
I didn't know what voice to do with there, so I'm sorry for the janky cut, but it's like, I needed to figure out what kind of voice I wanted to go for. So we're going to do things in a bit of reverse order since we headed in this direction. We need to go into places that we, 1, weren't able to go to before, and 2, places that we didn't go to before. Or 3, places that we went to before, but pretended to ignore the ducklings because we couldn't rescue them all and we weren't going to leave a job half finished, because in the game's terms, we would have to do it again anyway. So, if you remember, one of the ducklings was on top of this gazebo, of which we can grab by jumping to it, so that's an easy one to grab right there. And that coin was fading into the gazebo. I don't know why I've been grabbing coins, I don't need to now, and as I said, on a return trip I'm not going to actually grab them. Well, you bashed into me, so that was rude. I landed on you because you were in the way. Also, battery level. I mean, Utility Buzz's battery level's not looking too good either, so we'll deal with that right now. Yeah, we didn't head into past these barriers before. A good thing that we did, because there is a duckling in this puddle of water. Also, little secret alcove here for a 1-up token that we didn't grab last time. Because Utility Buzz doesn't care about warning signs, he's going to assume that Zurg put them in the way in order to impede his progress. But, you know, Zurg's been dealt with now, or in the film's case, playing catch with him with one of his iron balls. So, however you want to look at it, they're good now. And they're just going to, you know, do what's the best thing. Ignore that. They're not supposed to be here. It's just, you know, they're supposed to be here for game purposes. Let's just pretend that Ham and the rest of Andy's gang are not here. Anyways, we need to get back to the watery area before we start climbing in this main alleyway, because all these fire exits, that's what we need the, the grappling hook for. So we'll deal with that as our last thing to do. Beforehand, I need to go back into where Slinky was, where we played Leapfrog. Give this a shove. So we need to push the box back, unfortunately. Not going to really cut most of this out, because this is what you in fact have to do in order to get around. So we're just going to be very quick about things. Well, I say quick about things. There is going to be a lot of cutting if I have to redo a lot of platforming, which you will see in a bit, which is what makes this level quite infamous, other than the first level that truly requires backtracking, if you didn't do the trick with RC in Andy's neighbourhood with the rocket boots. Speaking of, I'm actually going to go for them to skip all the platforming, because I can just ride them up to the surface like this, and just scuff the ledge like this, and come straight in here, and rescue a duck. Also, you may have noticed when we were coming back up here that all lives respawn, and I got really scuffed there due to momentum. Yeah, you hit a slope, you're basically just going. Look at that. I did mention that the hover boots pretty much make water a non-issue, trying to get out of it at the very least. So, use them to speed yourself up a little bit. In more ways than one. Take out this water ski. Right, so now that we are here, we can actually start making our way up. So let's start here. That was a great shot. There we go. Right, now. Make sure that you practice precision movement, because you're going to have to actually be on these railings. Having full analog movement is better, or in which case just line yourself up and then use the D-pad on PlayStation or to move straight forward. I don't think you can use the D-pad on N64, so that might be a problem. Also, you're going to be zigzagging back and forth a lot, so you're going to have issues with these power lines probably knocking you off with their electrical pulses. So just be careful with that. Wait until the pulse goes and then go for it. I heard a duckling, so that's something that we want to be dealing with. But before we do, I want to hop up here and then jump down here with double jump stored, so I can push this box off this way so we can climb up. Funny thing, actually, I'm just going to show this right now. If you were to start normally, right, and climb up from the beginning, even though I did go around, which I had no reason to do because there was no one-ups or ducklings or, well, anything of the sort that was worth collecting, you can just jump straight down here like this, push the block, skip that entire side, and unfortunately, that is the only shortcut for this entire climbing segment. If you fall all the way down, you're starting basically back here, and you need to use a grappling hook in order to get onto the railing here, so that we can start climbing around. Or that's what you would think, because there's also a lot of skips, because you can just jump here by climbing up from the fire escape, and then just jump straight on here. Whatever seems like the intended route, for the most part, at the very beginning, there's a bunch of shortcuts that are not intended, very easy to make, and the one intentional shortcut is very inconsequential, because you could just start at the normal part and just jump across anyway. Also, I believe the duckling is in these bars, but yeah, it is. It wasn't showing up. So we'll just go grab that real quick. If this is supposed to be a windowsill, I don't know why it's all bricked up. I guess it's under renovations. I did not mean to do that. That's a bit of a problem. I spam for safety, don't mind me. Right, so we fell, so we're going to climb back up here and get onto this ladder again. This is the official shortcut. I'm just going to jump onto the second part of the ladder like that. Climb up here. Skip the grappling hook and go straight to the next floor. As I said, from here on, it's going to be a bit of a problem. So if I do start falling down, I'm basically just going to cut back to where I was, because this bit's going to be exactly the same otherwise. Obviously, I will show the damage. Also, if you can stay on the railings here, that saves you a grappling hook, because we need to get up here. Jump for it. Hopefully we grab it when we do. Don't need to be on the railing for this one. Now we're on the third level. We're almost done already. It seems like it's a short thing, but it can be quite janky. Also, I want to get off there so I can top up my grappling hooks here. And I hear another duck, and that'll be the final one we need. Yeah, it's better to get over here for safety than try to risk it, because we got to alternate between the two lines here. Right, so go for it. As soon as you see the electric pulse go through on the other line, jump across. It's the best thing to do, because that's where you can mostly fail. And there's also a zip line here to get across there to that one up. We'll deal with that later, because as you saw, there's another line above. That's the one that we'll want to take in order to get that. Alright, we are here. Let's jump across here, because it looks like it goes into a dead end, which may be something, because we haven't fought the boss in this level yet. That's because it is right through this gutter entrance here. Now, as I said in the last episode, this is like the only other boss with an additional stipulation. Defeat the Clown Top boss to get a Pizza Planet token. But if you want the trophy on PS4 and PS5, you need to defeat him only by spinning. It's a Beyblade battle, everybody. Now, there's an easy way to juggle him. Get it, because he's a clown. Just walk into him a little bit and just tap the button. If you can get a good rhythm, you can keep it going like this. Or, if you really want to be true Beyblade, just ram into him with this. Unfortunately, he can slide around the place. You may have also noticed you can't hit him on every given frame. There's like a grace period where he's invincible until he gets hit again. Kind of like you when you flash, but enemies don't flash. But there we are, we beat him with only spins. That is probably the only other special stipulation for bosses that I'm aware of. Alright, so before we leave, our battery is doing quite well, but honestly, getting this battery up here is kind of a crapshoot, because electric pulses come from this wire as well as the vent. And trying to actually jump for it makes you snap onto the line instead. And the line's zaps are getting me as well, which is very bad. So unfortunately, I'm going to bypass on that health because I've already taken 2 hits and it's just not worth it. But before you take the plunge, make your way across back to the other side here, because it is going to take us in a downward direction with the 1-up, which I phased through that. I was supposed to grab that. I'm glad that that bit slowed down because I managed to save myself. In the corner of this gutter, right above the mama duck, is the final duckling. Now, if I can grab this and just slide over here real quick. That's the other 1-up in this level. And yeah, there's 3 1-ups in this level. And then we can just land on mama duckling in style.
Thanks for finding my baby ducklings, Buzz. Here's a Pizza Planet token.
There we are. No worries, Mama Duckling. You take care of your little ones. I gotta get back to home base.
To infinity and beyond!
There we are. Alleys and Gullies now 100% complete. Now it's just for Owl's Toy Barn. Which is the very next level other than the boss in the middle. Straight in! Alright, so we gotta find all of the chicks because that's what Mama Bird wants, but we never talked to Papa Bird. So we're gonna make our way over that way and deal with that first and foremost. Because it'll be very convenient if we just go straight over here and talk to him. If you can get to my hatchling egg in time, you can keep the chick that you find in it. Come back and see me after you got the chick. And if I don't press the button, you can actually see the camera pan of the direction it actually wants you to take in order to get there. It's actually quite involved in a very long camera pan that most people will just blast through once they've read the text, because it doesn't last long enough, but I'm going to leave it. In fact, I might even keep this as the end card camera swivel. There it is. Why would you trap one of your kids in there? Right, so let's hop onto the skateboard here and bounce in style. There we are. Make our way up here, skip the trolley, grab the vault pole. And we've got way too much time. I guess if you fell, you do have enough time to go back and climb up and around again. Or you can just grab the red sign of, you know, this that I've told you before. You can just do a double jump around and grab the front of it, or the sides, and there you go, you've already made it up. Which I'm actually going to do right now by activating this, because, if you remember, we can either use the bale of hay here when it's activated, or use the rocket boots with a tricky double jump from launch, from that point all the way over here and hug the corner in order to get this chick. Which I don't think I showed, so I'm going to show it right now. You just do that and then you hug the corner there. It's pretty simple, to be fair. We had plenty of time, so... Anyways, let's head back to, well, I said Papa Bird, didn't I? Because I had Big Bird on the brain. It's Papa Chicken, I guess. It's not the Chicken Man. He's already gone. But Rex said that this dude had 2 challenges for us. This time the egg will hatch quicker, but there is a token inside it. Get to it in time and you can keep the token. And that's why I left this till now, because we had to get the chicken in the first place in order to get this. But the timer has been halved, so now you've got to basically ace the platforming challenge in order to get there in time. So just do the same thing as you did before, and you'll be good. Or, you know, you can still recover by just grabbing it. Actually, this is on the bulk. Interesting. Oh yeah, I did interrupt the timer though, didn't I? So maybe I didn't have enough time to reset. Interesting. Anyways, we just gotta find the rest of the chicks now. And if we recall what Rex said, because must have mentioned it to Utility Buzz at some point as well on the way, saying that we still need to go help the chicks. We now have the hover boots, so now we can just hold the jump button and keep holding it all the way across, otherwise you will not make it. You can see why I didn't count these coins, because we weren't going to be able to get them. There we are. Just enough power. I still think it's really annoying that on the other side, like right there, that these two boxes right here, they're just ever so slightly too tall for you to grab with normal jumps, which is what requires you to make these jumps all the way around in order to get up here. And if they just made them a little bit taller, I wouldn't be annoyed about it, because it feels like you should be able to skip. I know I mentioned this when we were here before, but you can get 4 out of the 5 chicks, that one being the 5th one that you can't reach. But we got it, so that's fine. There was no chicks in this room, so it's time to go into the only segment of the level that we haven't been into yet. The bike area, or the sports area, shall I say. Because there's hockey sticks here, and we saw bikes around the corner. Basketballs are flying, someone's being rude, and it was only that one line. Wow. Let's jump through the bike wheels, which I'm having trouble doing. You can't just jump around them like that. Climb this skipping rope, which should not be possible unless they're super glued here, or something there should be a box sitting on top of the handles, to be honest.
No time to lose.
Actually, hang on. Is that something we could do? I want to know. No, it's not solid. Okay. I mean, I kind of half avoided the acid there, but it's fine. Managed to cheekily get back up here. Can I actually... Wow, I cannot get through these wheels today. Well, I guess all my platforming skill went into alleys and gullies, not this level. It's fine. It's not too bad here. We had to get up here because there was a chick here. Not so much for the skateboard here, which would launch us over those cones. But there was an extra life where I just landed, so I wanted to do that first. Also, Mama Chick is here. Hi, Buzz! If you can find my 5 missing chicks and come back to find me, I'll give you a Pizza Planet token. Where's Mama Chick? Help is on the way. Buzz, Lightyear, to the rescue! So, you can push this box, which stops these hoops from hitting you from behind, I guess. I mean, it is ever so slightly inching toward me because it keeps bouncing back and forth, but what we actually need to do is use this to get up here, to push this box down, so that we can get across and leave on the opposite side of this corridor. Also, very sneaky coins placed in this area, but as I've already shown, you don't need to. Also, I just pushed that box out of the way. There we are. Protect myself from those biplanes being rude. I don't know why I grabbed those coins, I don't need them, because all we need is this chick up here next to this vent entrance. Which, do you want to know where this passes by? You may have noticed an open vent at the start of the level. It's just a quick pass through to loop back to the beginning, which, ironically enough, we don't need, because Mama Chicken is back where we came. So, yeah, kind of pointless for us. So we'll just loop back round, dodge the hoops, hand in the chicks, and that's going to be it for this episode, as short as it sounds. Could have been a lot more longer if I had platforming troubles in Alleys and Gullies, but I had a really good time. So, thanks for finding my chicks, Buzz. Here's a Pizza Planet token. And now, Utility Buzz can now go back to his display case, and Zerg can be put back in his box.
To infinity and beyond!
That is the end of Utility Buzz's adventure, from what we know. Technically a bit more than what we see in the film, but it's time to finally rescue Woody proper.